That's cool.
Okay, we live. Hold on. We think we live. Oh yeah, we live. All
That's
right.
cool. We live. Let me see. Make sure I ain't cursing them like that. Let me see. Okay.
All right. So we are live. All right. You ready to get started?
Yes, I'm ready to get started.
Okay. So welcome to the Influential Self First podcast. My name is Shanita Johnson. I'm the host of this show. And today we have another live interview. I'm super excited about it, and I can't wait until you hear his incredible story because it's super inspiring. If it's your first time discovering the show, Influential Self First is about helping you upgrade your mindset and live your best life through teaching you how to control the power of you. So, with that being said, we're going to get into this amazing episode. Today is all about knowledge and applied knowledge. We're going to be talking about knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is dangerous. And I got that from my guest, Zodrey, here. And when you hear this, it's going to stun like it did to me. So, with that being said, Zodrey, welcome to the show.
How you doing, young lady? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm great. How you feeling today?
I'm doing amazing, man. You're doing an amazing job. I want to tell you to keep, man, stay focused, man. I follow you a lot, man. So it's a blessing to be able to be here talking to you right now. Actually, I was excited. I thought I was supposed to talk to you last week on your birthday, So I said, "Oh my God, you're gonna do the interview on your birthday?" She's like, "No, it's next week." So I'm excited about this, man. Excited.
I love that. I want to just give a backstory of how we even connected because I think about that all the time. And that's why I know that everything happens for a reason, right? So the way I connected with you, I was trying to actually recruit you. And I was trying to recruit you for a network marketing I was doing. And the way you responded, it was so direct. It was like something like explain. And I was like, what? Like, really? He said, explain what you do. And from that day, I've been following you and I enjoy the content you put out. When you put out content, you get a lot of engagement and views because you speak from a place of real authenticity, and that's very much needed. So, before we get started, can you give a little bit introduction about yourself for those who are discovering Zodrey for the first time?
I mean, number one, God first. That's how I look at life. So without Him, there's no me. Um, I be able to do nothing without God, man. He's allowing me to be able to see, hear, talk, breathe. And a lot of times we don't acknowledge Him. We always saying what we're doing, what we're doing. But without Him, I can't be nothing at all. I will always remember remain humble. So I have to, acknowledge God most definitely through Christ Jesus. That's how I look at life.
Yeah.
So that's number one important.
Cool. I love that. So today we're going to be talking about your quote I got from your video. So I watched your YouTube video and you basically showed your life story. And one thing that stuck out to me that I've never forgot from this day is that knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is dangerous. And that statement alone is very powerful. So before we get into how you understood this concept and applied it to your life, what was your story before you knew that applied knowledge was different than just acquiring knowledge?
I mean, okay, let's talk about something right now that's really going on right now. Bitcoin example. So if you know certain things but you don't apply it, you're losing. Example, if you would have invested $100 in Bitcoin years ago and everybody was talking about it, you only would have had 4 million. Okay. So you knew that knowledge, but you didn't apply it.
Right.
If you know better, you do better. 9 times out of 10, people know, but they just choose not to do, because the knowledge that we're getting is not fun and it's not a top priority. So we only want to apply certain knowledge when it's necessary, when we're pushed in a corner to have to use that knowledge. Knowledge can be about if you just want to be a computer designer or anything like that. And if you know certain things, but you don't act on what you know, like, most definitely, I'm gonna get deep now. That
Yes,
it's
please
not a
go deep.
wise. See, I like talking to stories like Jesus so people understand. Okay, knowledge is power. So that if you go around sleeping with a lot of men, that you have a nice strong chances of getting AIDS. Okay, AIDS.
Right.
But You like, I know this knowledge, but he look good, he look good, she look good, she look good. Let me go ahead and get him a taste. Now you ignore the knowledge that you were given. Now you got AIDS. You know, that if you eat candy all day long and don't eat nothing healthy, you know that you can damage your body. So at the end of the day, if you're blessed to have knowledge, apply it, because we're living in a time that we're more blessed than our mothers and our grandmothers. They didn't have the internet. They had to use an encyclopedia. So right now, to be honest with you, if you sit in front of a computer for 8 hours for a whole year, you don't even need to go to college, because everything is on the internet.
Right.
Back in the day, it wasn't that easy, man. So we're in this time, man, that we have, man, we are really, 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 really blessed with a lot of ways to get certain knowledge if you need it.
That's very true. So when you look at your life, and we don't wake up, we're not born with the knowledge we have, right? We have to go through things to get to the point we get. So what is your backstory into understanding the concept and what you teach now? Who were you before you are who you are now?
To be honest with you, I'm really the same person. I still don't drink, still don't smoke, never have, don't have nothing against it, but that's just not me. Um, you don't have to go through things to learn, okay? If I tell you don't go in this alley, it's a dog in the alley, don't go in it. But 9 times out of 10, we're so independent, we hard-headed, we don't listen. You know, from me seeing a friend have multiple baby mothers, knew that if I took that route in life, I don't want to be like him. So you need to be wise. If someone is telling you, hey, this is what I've been through already. Say if you talk to someone about credit, okay, they 18. Hey, don't do what I did. Don't spend your credit card. Don't put a phone in your name for your friends. Don't co-sign a card for your boyfriend that you probably not gonna be dating him in a year later. If they listen to that knowledge, they'll be better off. I was talking to someone yesterday about like the real estate game, and someone told me, it's a lot of books that you can read. Mm-hmm. If I have a partner that's more knowledgeable than me, why would I take the time? I understand reading a book, but if they can show me the way, why would I go and do 4 years of reading books? I'm humble. You, for example, if you're shoveling the snow, okay, I go outside, you can say, hey, take the path that I made for you, okay? But sometimes people be so arrogant and cocky and say, hey, I'm going to go outside and shovel my own snow. That's stupid.
I like that.
Walk the path that you gave for me. And that's what we end up losing, because we're knowledgeable, saying, hey, she made a way for me. I don't have to shovel. She shoveled a parking spot, everything, but I'm going to be so arrogant and cocky. I'm going to show her that I can do the same thing that you did, which is dumb. So if you show me something, I'm going to listen to you, because I know you love me, you care about me, and you're going to give me the right direction in life. That's what I mean, like, we're being deep. And one more thing I want to say to you, because it's like I allow God to tell me things, and I just speak, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I let you watch my baby. You tell my baby, don't touch the stove, okay? That's knowledge. If you touch the stove, baby, you're going to get burnt. But some kids are so smart. When mommy say hot, 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 baby going to look at you and going to say hot, 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 hot. It'd be an idiot to go and touch that stove, which a lot of adults do. Sometimes kids listen more than adults.
True.
Applied knowledge. You're telling my child, do not touch that stove. My baby looked at you and said, I'm not going to touch that stove because it's going to burn me. She's going to be far out in life because she listened to your knowledge.
Yeah, I like that. I love the snow analogy.
I can't hear you. Let me see. Is it Bluetooth?
Can you hear me now?
I'm trying to say, oh my God. Let me see. Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Okay.
Okay, I was saying I love that snow analogy. That just makes a lot of sense. When you look at your life, can you recall a time where you knew better, but at that, and now maybe you like, man, I could have did something different then? Is there like a moment you can recall? Because you have an incredible story. I want you to share your story from, where you started to where you are now. Because that's very, very inspiring. But I know we don't wake up. We don't wake up just like this. We don't go through life unscathed without learning something, without falling and learning something. And that's what we learn from it. That's what we learn the most at. So do you have a moment you can look at your life, maybe in your past, like where possibly you didn't apply the knowledge you knew, and you look back now and and it could have went different, right?
Last week,
Okay.
I had my mentor tell me, he said, hey, you need to get in on the GameStop trade. Yeah, I was scared. He was like, you need to get in, but make sure you get in and get out. So I looked, GameStop was like $80 a share, okay? My dumb bud looked at it and he told me, because he studied stocks, and it's a doctor that's on my Facebook right now. And he watched me and he poured into me. So I looked and I was afraid. I said, man, I ain't about to get no GameStop. What's wrong with him? Because I thought I knew it. I looked, I said, wait a minute. GameStop was almost $350 a share. So if I would have invested $1,000, I could have made a lot of money. But the knowledge that he told me, because I was afraid, not knowing that he's not going to tell me nothing's going to hurt me. Right. But now next time when he tell me to do something, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it, because he's more into the stocks than me. So that happened last week, honestly. Yeah, I'm mad about that still right now.
Right. So in your position, because I see you as a thought leader, an influencer. So what do you see that people struggle with, who, like the people who get analysis paralysis, right? They learn, but they never apply and take action. So what is a common theme that you see amongst people who act like they seeking and they want to learn, but they never do? You know what I mean?
I can say it all the time about credit. I would talk to somebody a year ago, and I would check back on them a year later, and they still haven't got their credit fixed. But one thing I learned, that no one is poor. If you got Facebook and you can watch this video, you're not poor right now. It's just that we have selective spending. Have you ever walked into a store and you saw a homeless man and say, hey, ma'am, can I get $5? You have $5, but I don't have it for you. So you're gonna lie and say, unfortunately, sir, I don't have any change. Yeah. That's what you're gonna say. You're lying, because it's not important to you. So credit right now is not important because they don't need it right now. Like that's so that's the problem with some people, man. They really think this is it's like some people that are not that advanced are very arrogant and they're not humble. I have a lot of rich friends, and they're more humble than the ones that's living paycheck to paycheck. You can't tell a person nothing that don't living paycheck to paycheck, credit score 400. You can't tell them anything at all. They think they know everything. But the ones that's rich, man, these people are so give. They're so man, they're amazing, man.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking about a quote, something I heard about: we are all self-made, but poor people refuse to accept that. When I say poor, like you said, poor mass, that's a poor mentality. And I was like, that makes so much sense. I never thought about it that way. I never even heard it applied that way. So I'm glad you brought that up. So when you look at your life today, how is it for you, since you apply action behind what you learn, right? What does your life look like because you decided to live in action, right?
Right.
That makes sense. How does your life look like now?
Yes.
Compared to people you know?
To be honest with you, I have more options than them. I have options. They don't. We can all do the same thing, but I have more action. I have more options, meaning that if I go to a store, I can buy whatever I want to buy. If they go to the store, they only limited.
Right.
If I go to a dealership, I can get whatever car I want to get. But some people are more limited. Okay. We all have the same sources. It's just that I spend my money differently. Back in the day, I was dumb. I was buying Gucci. I would spend like $200 on a Gucci shirt. I'll spend $2,000 on a Versace shirt, which is stupid, because I wanted you to make me feel like I'm special because of what I have on. I would buy Jordans, even though the Jordans hurt my feet, just to show off, hey, I got these pair of Jordans, you don't. It's like, nah, I got Jordans, you don't. So once I stop like investing my money in items and I start investing my money in me, I started getting more options because it feels good. How do it feel if you go into a dollar store, right, and you only got $2? The reason why you cursing, I'm for real though, the reason why you cursing your child out because mommy ain't got no money. That's why we tell our kids don't beg for nothing, because mommy only got $20.
Yeah.
So I can't buy what you want. But go in a dollar store with $500 and see how your whole attitude changes. You can be like, You want what? Tissue? Whatever. How many bags of chips you want? People, poor money management is allowing people to not have options in life. We all have the same amount of money, but we have different poor options. Buying restaurant food for $200 steak. Why would you buy a steak for $500? Why would you do whatever it takes to make sure your kids are upkept financially, but you don't put them in a situation to become unlimited sources of money? Like you spend money on your kids with Jordan, but you don't put them in a situation where they can be financially free for the rest of their life.
That's good. That's real good. I wanted you to share, in a YouTube video, you shared about your story when I think your son asked for some candy or something. And you said, that is so powerful because I know a lot of us have been there. We've been there, but we may be ashamed to say so, but we all have been there. So can you share that story when you said with your son in the store?
Yes, I got mad at him because I lost my job at U.S. Cellular, and I treated my job like God, and a lot of us do.
Come
We
on.
know that our money is going to be, we trust more in our jobs than God. So I was trusting my job. Like, man, this is the best job in the world. God, I don't need you because U.S. Cellular going to make sure I'm going to get paid. And when I lost that job, it humbled me. And I had like $10. And my son, I said, don't ask me for nothing at all. I'm thinking about, man, I'm depressed mentally because I don't even have no money to buy my son nothing to eat. I know he tired of eating hot dogs.
Come
So I
on.
went in the store and he was like, so the total was like $9.50. And he handed me something that cost $2. I said, put that down. I told you to stop begging. And I was mad because I was mad at myself as a man, and I was mad because I couldn't afford what he wanted. So now, if my son acts right, you can have whatever you want to have. Like you want what? You can have it, no problem. Like when I'm bad at shopping. My wife penny pitch. She basically had coupons. I would go on Jewels and I would just fill a whole cart up. Won't even look if I could save money now because God has put me in a situation financially that I can't do that.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing. So when you
I
teach
can't hear you
people,
again. Let me see.
can you hear me now?
Uh, can I hear you? I can hear
Can
you.
you hear me now?
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think it's probably this Bluetooth. I probably gotta turn the Bluetooth off because it
Okay.
keeps cutting me off. Let me see.
I can hear you though.
Okay, can you hear me now? I had to turn the Bluetooth off because the AirPods kept cutting off.
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I was gonna say that was really, really good. I feel like you tell a lot of people's story, but everybody not gonna admit that, right? Because my kids definitely had hot dogs. We definitely lived that and been through that. So when you doing your work now, because I know you like a teacher to me. When I watch you, I always find myself like, wow, learn something different. I watch your Facebook lives every time you post. I watch your videos. What do you notice for people that reach out to you all the time? Like a common limiting belief that you see amongst people when it comes to just evolving and progressing in their journey of financial independence, responsibility, or just as a person, period.
Well, I get a lot of jealousy.
Mm,
A lot of people say that I pull them down. But
really?
how can I pull you down if I'm at an area that I'm trying to pull you up? There's no way that I can pull you down. I only can pull you down if I'm at a certain level. So say me and you're dating, okay? You're a principal. I don't have a job. You can't pull me down because you got your life in order already. You only can pull me up. And a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
my success intimidates a lot of people because they personally know me. But I always say this: if Jay-Z posts a Lamborghini, Jay-Z is the man. If Zodrey posts a Lamborghini, I'm arrogant. I'm cocky.
Mm,
Are
yeah.
we all human? We the same thing. It's just that you personally know me and you're saying, how did he make it? And we went to the same high school. It's not,
Mm,
but at the end of the day, when I study people that went to high school with me, I was jealous and envious of them. I'm jealous. So I get jealous of people that's getting the loans and I can't even get a dollar loan from the people,
right.
you know? So that jealousy spirit is crazy. So instead of you being arrogant and not humble, ask me, hey, how can I grow with you? And it has nothing to do with like being rich. I want you to have options.
Right.
Okay, that's all. I want you to have options. That's it. Meaning, if you got an extra $500 in the bank account, that's all I want you to do. You may hear dogs because I breed dogs, and I got like 30 dogs in my house right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so you might hear some barking and stuff, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's good. Well, that's good, Zodrey. You definitely are an inspiration. Like, what keeps you going every day and everything that you do? Because I watch your stuff and I see your Maseratis and all the stuff you be doing, and I think it's inspirational. But some people, like you said, they're jealous because you're reflecting to them what they're not. But to me, every time I watch your content, it's educational, right? It makes me feel like, well, if he can come from the city and come from the inner city of Chicago and be where he at now, it's possible for me. But a lot of times, again, it's ego that people dealing with. It's ego. So what keeps you going and what keeps you humble?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Let's go back to the original point. God,
Yes.
God. I can't do nothing without him. Period. Nothing. Nothing. I see a lot of people that's arrogant and cocky and they posting about how much money they have, how many houses, how many cars. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Okay.
Gotta say that.
People hide God. Look at Facebook. Ain't nobody talking about no scriptures like that. And if they do, they may get one. Example. I did a test yesterday, right? I said, hey, post your favorite scripture on this post. Only one person commented. Because it looks like a lot of people are ashamed of God. I'm not. I know for a fact, even me and you both right now, what would me and you do right now if we woke up and we had a stroke? What
Be
you gonna
praying
do?
to God, asking God.
You're gonna be able to talk.
Right.
You can be laying there like this.
Yeah.
You can't do no podcast. I can't work at the video game store. I can't help people. I can't talk anymore. So at the end of the day, his grace and mercy is the reason why I am where I am. He helps me talk. He helps me see. He helps me hear. So if you put God first, I got God on my side. I'm cool. I don't worry about nothing. Carjacking. But people, they don't see. At the end of the day, man. Hey, God is the reason why I'm. That's the only reason. I can't take the credit for nothing because tomorrow, I remember I went to the hospital and I had kidney stones. If people don't know, because if Zodrey goes to the hospital, I'm not posting on Facebook because I'm not happy here. I need to get out. I had kidney stones. I didn't know what was going on. And my wife was pregnant at the time and she had to shovel the snow, pregnant with my daughter. She had to force me to go to the hospital because I didn't want to go. I went and I'm like, what's going on? Like, it was crazy. And then I had to use the bathroom. She told me if I don't use it, they had to put something in my stuff to make me use the bathroom.
Right.
Blood came out. I said, oh, Lord, I'm about to die. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm in the hospital room and they wake me up constantly every hour, every 2 hours. And guess what? Zodrey couldn't talk then. I couldn't do no puppies then. I couldn't do no fire sticks then. I couldn't do life insurance then. Right. So I said, I'm too young to be in here. And I said, let me, with God help, they were about to do surgery on me. Because when you're in the hospital, you be like, man, do whatever it takes. I had to get out of here. But with God's grace, he spoke to that stone and said, get out of his body.
I know that's right.
Came out. And I tried to run out there. I said, let me get out of this house. I was down for like a week and a half. My side was hurting. And man, that humbled me. So shoot, I'm cool. Like, God know where my heart at. I can't mess with you, God. I need you.
That's good. I love that you openly say that. I don't see it, like you said, a lot of people, especially men, who talk about it like that, and talk about God's grace and favor, because it definitely when people say self-made, I don't like the term self-made because it's not us. We don't wake up with the abilities. We've been gifted with the abilities, right? So I love that you shared that and you're not quiet about it. You post about that, and I see that in your post. So shout out to you, Zodrey, for doing what you do. So how do you help people today? I see some stuff, but how do you help people? What all do you do?
Like far as like what way? Because Zodrey do a lot, man. I'm like a mom.
I know. So I love that. I know you have your own video game store, the only first Black-owned video game store in Chicago, which is come on. I mean, How did you even come up with that? What's the story behind that?
Man, you know what's so crazy? My partner, he teach me everything out. He works in the vaccines. Okay, my partner, he caught COVID. Okay, he was home for like 2 or 3 months. He had a 5% chance of living.
Wow.
So the family was like, "Oh my god," it was really stressed out, and I really look up to this guy. And one day, he called me. I said, "Hello." He says, "Zodrey, I just got out of the hospital, and I thought about you." And I was like crying. I'm like, "Man, wait a minute. I thought you was gone." You know what I'm saying? Because people are leaving left and right. And then I said, "I'm going to see you." I told my wife, I said, "I know he had COVID, but I don't care. I'm going to see him." I went to see him, man. I was just like, and he was my size. He was skinny. He was muscular, like really muscular. And he was like, "Zodrey, you would never like when you look at." He didn't look the same. And he was like, I was gone. Like I was, and with God help, he brought him through that. So we was talking and everything like that. And he was like, I'm about to open another video game store. I was like, hey, I want a piece. Cause like I said, usually when I ask certain people for help, they be like, no. He said, most definitely, man. I love you, Zodrey, and let's go. And I said, okay, but I needed some money.
Right.
So guess what? I had to go to the bank. I had to get a loan off like $150,000. Because don't get me wrong, Zodrey ain't walk around on $150,000 in his pocket. I went to the bank. It took me about 5 minutes to get the loan. At first, when I walked in there, right, I walked in there dirty. So I make sure I ain't got the mink on. When I go do purchase, I go with jogging pants on and a hoodie to make it look like that I don't have nothing. I make sure my hair is in braid. I look dirty. Okay. So once the guy ran my credit, the main manager came out, shook my hand. He was like, man, your credit is better than mine. He said, I 40. And I was like, man, God is amazing. I got 12 credit cards, but I don't use them like that. He was like, man, would you like come out to go out to eat? I'm thinking like, yeah, this dude owns 4 banks. Yes, you buy you something to eat. And right now, that's my friend. We talk all the time, man. His house is like huge. Like the dude house so big, he got a swimming pool inside his house. It's big, but he pours into me, he mentors me, and he tells me to stay focused and everything like that. So that's how the video game store started. My guy and my credit. Because if I had no credit, I couldn't be his partner.
True.
So it took me like 5 minutes to get the loan. It was my account in like 30 minutes. Honestly, it was quick too.
Wow. So where's the video game store at that people can go to?
7757 South Cicero. It's right by Arby's.
Cool. I have to come one day because my daughter, she plays the Xbox and stuff. So I'm gonna come shop with you, and I'm in the city. I'm definitely supporting Black-owned businesses. I love that. But yeah, Zodrey, it's been super awesome. I've been waiting for you to get on the show because again, you were very inspiring, and I love your story. So, do you have a resource that you can recommend to somebody that still helps you today? Maybe a book or a video or something?
Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me because I don't read books like that. Don't judge me. I'm telling the truth, y'all. Hey, you told me to be honest. I don't have time to read no books like that. But my mentors are making me reading it because I ain't got time for that. Like right now, if I can connect with a person like you and you shovel the snow already, why do I gotta shovel the snow? What's going to happen is I'm going to link you up to what I got. So I got resources for everything: real estate. I have loan officers. If you need a puppy, me and my partner, we can help you get a puppy. If you want to, I have resources to a lot of different things. So let's work together. And what I want to say before we leave is my main flagship is credit. That's I feel like it's ministry, So if you have any questions for me about my credit, because that's what I have a passion to do, like. That's my number one thing. Video game stores, okay. I don't even play video games. Dogs, I love them. It's a blessing, but man, it ain't blessing. You got $15 running around your house, peeing everywhere. That ain't fun. So my flagship is credit. Do you have any questions about me for my credit, and how do I help with that?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead. How do you help people with credit? Yeah, for sure.
So the difference between me and everyone else, okay. I show people how to fix their credit. It's
Okay.
a difference. I'm going to show you. So if I die tomorrow, you still got the knowledge. Why would you pay someone to fix your credit? And when they're done, you don't even know what they did if they fix it. So I'm going to use the law to show you how to do it. I do credit restoration first. Okay, two parts, credit restoration. Once I show you how to fix your credit and get all of the negative items off, now it's credit builder, because you can get things off of your credit, but if you don't have anything positive on there, like your rent, I can help you put your rent on your credit. Okay, I can help you use your money to help build your credit.
Okay.
You know, if I die tomorrow, the show still go on. That's deep. If I die tomorrow, the show still go on. Say if I was doing credit by myself and you gave me $1,000, right? Which it doesn't cost that much. I die tomorrow. What you gonna do? Shake me and tell me to get your money back? I'm dead.
Right.
So I have a staff of about 600 people that work for me. Okay, a staff. So if I die tomorrow, you have any questions, anything like that, you can reach out to one of my staff, and that's what makes. So, and while you're doing this, you're gonna be. I force my customers to be educated. So no, you don't send Zodrey the money. No, you don't send me your social. I force you to be 98% involved in your own credit restoration process. That way you can see what's going on. You have a portal. I give my customers a will and trust, which we don't know nothing about that. I give them monitoring, credit monitoring, and I give them a lot of material that if they want to read about what is check systems and what's a foreclosure, what's a short sale. I give them information and I give them videos too, because some people don't like reading. They might want videos. I give them videos as well too. So when you're done with me, your mind is going to be different. And the goal is to teach your kids what I taught you, so you can break the generational curses. Think about it. I'm working at T-Mobile, right? You come in, your credit jacked up, right? Your friend credit jacked up. Your boyfriend credit jacked up. You go home with your mother credit jacked up. Her mother's credit jacked up. So my question is, how can you break the generational curses? Because I feel like I'm preaching credit right now. Because they teach sex education in school, but they don't teach financial education in some areas. Not now, some areas they teach that, but where I'm from, they teach you how to make a baby, but they are not going to teach you about stocks. They're not going to teach you about credit, and they're going to teach you about credit is more needed than geometry. It's more needed than it's more needed than social studies. Okay. You may not need credit right now, 21-year-old, but guess what? You're gonna be married at 30. So where you gonna move it in the box? You 17. You want a car, right? With the interest, you can get a car for $15,000. When you get done paying that interest, you're gonna pay $50,000.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if you don't have the credit and the cash, you have no options, or you're gonna pay a higher rate. So that's why you see how I start talking.
Yeah, you passionate. It's coming through.
I was talking about the dogs. I'm like, yeah, chihuahuas,
You like credit?
Because I know, man, how when you go into a dealership and you're gonna get the car. Like I know, like I just bought a Sonata Hybrid. I knew I was gonna get it. I'm like, hey, what color? And the guy who did the loan, he knew I was gonna get it. So we didn't even do application. We went test driving. They asked for my driver license number or none of that stuff. They know Zodrey's in the building. I guarantee you right now, if me and you go to a dealership right now, if I take you to Ferrari, they're going to automatically assume you got perfect credit and you got your life together. So they're going to throw you the keys. You want to drive this Ferrari or this Lamborghini just because you're with me, So, man, God is amazing, man. That's all I can say about the credit thing. So if people need help, I have my website, or they need to talk to me, because everybody don't need credit restoration. They need somebody to talk to. If you don't have your credit, why are you paying somebody to fix your credit? That's stupid.
Yeah, that's one thing I had a question about, because I've seen posts on Facebook where people are promoting like credit repair for like $5,000, and I'm like, whoa. It's like there's like those big old Facebook groups, and they doing credit repair. You pay, and they get like a trade line or something like that. But it costs a lot of money. Huh?
I'm gonna look at you right now. $5,000.
Yeah. Have you not seen like those kind of posts where people are charging to get everything wiped off and all that stuff? And to me, it seems that kind of seems like fraud a little bit, but they'd be high, like $5,000 and higher. Have you seen that before?
Okay, let me poke my chest out a little bit right now. All right, let me poke my chest out so you can see my muscles. All right, that's called a credit sweep, right? So what happens is when they sweep the stuff off your credit, they know the average person don't check their credit like that. So what's going to happen is they're going to sweep it off in 2 months, and they're going to tell you to hurry up and buy something. Once you run your credit in a year, the stuff is going to pop back on. See, I check my credit every day. I get alerts. The average person say, I don't know what my credit score is. I don't check it. That's called a credit sweep. You shouldn't be paying nobody no 5,000, 2,000. No, that's too much money. Me, I only charge like $189 a star with me with your credit restoration, and I have an option that you can get it for free.
Oh wow!
That's why I decided to do it. And I have an option if a person want to work with me, like I work with felons. If a person have a felon, I have them work with me as well too, because you're not touching this person's social, so you can work with me when it comes to certain things like that. So yeah, stay away from them people like that, because we like quick fixes.
Yes.
Back in the day, I never had a screwdriver. I had a butter knife. If my pipe busted in the basement, I would use duct tape and put it around the pipe, which would make it worse. Remember? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to wake you up. You remember back in the day when you needed antifreeze and you used what? Water, right?
Right. Yeah.
Remember we had the TV, we used an antenna. So we always like quick fixes. So if somebody tell you I'm gonna guarantee you an 800 credit score, give me $10,000. First off, you don't know where that person live at. Dude gonna take your money, and the girl gonna take your money and disappear on you. Me, I can't hide. I got a whole I got a store. And that's what it's like. My stuff is too good to be true. And we would rather deal with that quick fix, because I was used to quick fixes my whole life. But at the end of the day, when I did a quick fix, it ended up hurting me in the long run, because I paid actually the susu. I paid $1,500 for a susu tree, and I told 5 people to get in it with me. And we got all our money took. The girl was so dirty. It was a quick fix, okay?
Right.
Way to get money. So I'm excited. I'm like, man, God is amazing. Man, that girl had fake names on the board. She had me, her 2-year-old, her 3-year-old, her dog, her cat name. So when we were paying kids.
Wow.
So by the time that everybody I brought in, we was all in a circle, her kids was out. So it was up to us to keep bringing people. Unfortunately, we didn't bring nobody else in, and I ended up giving everybody their money back because they trusted me. So I didn't have it, but I ended up giving their money back because I don't want my name burnt. So that's why I got rid of the susu trees. As you can see, they're not around no more because it was a quick fix to quick money.
I like that. Quick, that's true. That's very, very true. What if you have somebody that how they could identify like fraudulent things, like, well, I don't know if it's fraudulent, but like the credit sweep from like a legit, like you're legit. How can somebody know the difference? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm easy because I don't want your social. You don't have to text me your social. You don't pay me. I ask people this. Do you have time to walk to the mailbox? Some people don't feel like it. They don't have time to go to the mailbox. They do too busy. So, and I ask them, do you want to educate yourself in this process? If they say I'm working, I'm too busy, I don't want you. I don't want to help you. Right. So you can't say you don't trust me when I give you 98% of the power. So you got to ask yourself, do you trust you? Do you trust you? You're doing everything and you're going to see every step of the way. But if you don't trust me, you can't play the name Zodrey. And that's why I do what I do, because I know a lot of legit people out here that do credit repair. They're good. They charge like $1,500, but the problem is if they die tomorrow, then what?
Right.
My best friend pay you $1,500, you die tomorrow. That's a loss of money. So I got to make sure when I set my people up, I set them up for success. It's not about me. It's deeper than me. It's not about me.
I love that. That's good, Audrey. And I think you help a lot of people. Credit is very important. And I didn't really realize that till maybe a couple of years ago. Like, there are so many videos out here, like, what's the guy, like Grant Cardone, and they say cash is king. What are your thoughts on that?
I
know.
There
I know.
go my shirt again. There go my muscles. Look, cash is amazing. Use your cash to pay your credit off. Cash is king, but credit is power.
Mm.
Without the power, there's no king. Credit is the electricity that's turning on the lights. Cash is the light switch, okay? So I don't want you not to use your cash. See, the reason why people hate credit because they hate themselves. They're not responsible.
Yeah.
If I give an irresponsible person $1,000 credit score, like $1,000 credit card, guess what? They're gonna spend $900. A lot of people live off their credit. So what you do is you use that credit card and you use only what you have in your pocket. If you only got $40 in your bank account, only use $40. And we mess up when we use more than we can pay back.
That's it.
So the thing is, use your cash because you can't, unless if you're rich, cash is king and power. But I don't know that many millionaires. If you 100 there, if you live in paycheck to paycheck, cash is not king in your life, and stop lying to yourself. It's not. You're 100 there, okay?
Yeah.
Use the cash, use the credit. You go in the store, buy the bread, swipe it for $2, pay your credit card off with your cash. Put your cash in your bank account and pay your credit card with your cash. So in the end of the year, like right now, I think somebody on my Facebook, they wanted a car. Okay. The transmission went out. But that's as I 10, they credit is together. So now they can walk into the dealership and get that car with no problems. But can't you imagine having bad credit and then you can't even get a car and you don't have any cash? The average person don't have credit. They don't have no money. They broke. They live paycheck to paycheck. So you got a 400 credit score and you only got $10 in your bank account.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong. I love cash. If you give me the money, I'm going to put it in the bank account. I'm going to swipe my cards. And guess what? Look at it like this because I want to open your eyes to something, okay? Mm-hmm. If you use $10,000 in cash, you get no rewards.
True.
If you use $10,000 in credit, you get cash back. Like one of my credit cards, I got like American Express. They gave me back $1,000. I spent $5,000. They gave me $1,000 back.
Okay.
If I would have spent $5,000 with my cash, I wouldn't got nothing back. Yeah. That's why I love that card because that card force you to have to pay it back every month. So if I swipe it for $50,000, I better pay that $50,000 back next month. You know, so we just don't know. We uneducated, man. We don't know. We don't know that how powerful it is, and we just gotta educate ourselves, humble ourselves, and start being around a person that's doing better than you. If you're around 5 millionaires, you're gonna be the sixth one. Remember the story I told you about T-Mobile? 9 times out of 10, one person's credit bad, their friends is gonna have jacked up credit. You will never see Jay-Z hanging on 7th and King Drive. So, as you grow in life, even you, as you grow in life, certain people are going to expire like milk. Okay? They're going to expire. You would never see me hanging in front of my high school with my pink on or trying to go on prom right now. That season is expired in my life. So now financially, I thought I was rich at $100,000 a year. I said, I'm making $100,000. Y'all can't tell me nothing, right?
Yeah.
So when I started being around my mentors making $1 million, I said, hold on. I put wait a minute. I ain't got no money again. So I keep placing myself around people that's doing better than me. And they're always willing to show me everything they know. And that's why, I'm able to take off.
Wow, Zodrey. Thank you so much. Like I said in the beginning, I love you. Straight no chaser approach because it commands attention and it makes you listen. I love that example about expiration, like expire around people, because that's so true. But a lot of people don't realize that the people you hang around is a reflection of you, but they don't get that yet. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. Where can people follow you if they want to learn more about credit repair? Because that is so needed, especially with people wanting to buy a car, buy a home, borrow money for a business, all that. Where can they find you at?
Well, right now they can find me on Facebook, Zodrey Pickens. I have my phone number on my commercials. I have commercials on YouTube and things like that, so they can just look. I'm working on my Instagram right now. I know I need to build my Instagram, so they can just find me Zodrey. I got two Facebook pages now, King Zodrey and Zodrey Pickens, because I have 5,000 friends now on Facebook, and I'm full.
Okay.
So they can just find me on social media through you. I'll put my links and everything below. And I want to say this before we go. When it comes to people, just she said, come on with these credit facts. Okay, Angela. um, I will. The key thing about this, my people, I will wait for you. I'm gonna wait for you. Okay. No doesn't mean no. No means I'm not ready yet. So if I inbox somebody something, I know that they may not be ready yet. My daughter is 2. She can't cook yet. Okay. So what I'm going to do, my goal now is to continue to educate. And what's going to happen, God is going to put something in their life to force them to come see me. See me, I don't force credit repair nobody. You're going to learn when you try to go to that bank and get denied. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you go get denied, then you can be like, wait a minute. What's that guy? Zodrey. You know what I'm saying? And then they're ready now. Because I'm honestly, this week alone, I didn't got like 20 people in my inbox that I talked to a year ago.
Yeah.
And if you come across me and you have the money, I think you should jump on it ASAP. Don't be like that person and wait a year, because if you have money, you just gotta fast on certain things. Stop buying chicken right now. Stop buying Starbucks coffee. Stop buying clothes and start investing in you, man. And I want to tell you, keep going. I want you to post so much that people are like, oh my God, who is this woman? Like, she everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I want you to keep going. I want you to be like that person that that song, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. You know, man, I heard the song so much. I'm driving down the street like my milkshake brings all the boys.
Right. Now it's in your mind, right?
So I want you to post. I want you to continuously post like Grant Cardone say, like you got 1 million viewers. Because eventually where you're going somewhere. And that's why I'm talking to you now, because you're not about to leave me. You're not. You ain't leaving me.
No, he did, Zodrey.
So when you on your TV show, when you on BET somewhere, I want to be on your show with you, because we're gonna be sitting at the couch like this. We're gonna be sitting next to each other.
Come on, speak that thing like it is.
Have your legs crossed like Winnie Williams, like you go. And I'm not driving them years. Yes,
I love it.
You are not about to leave me. I'm telling you right now. You stuck.
Oh man.
Hey, I ain't leaving her. I'm telling you, man. She'll bless. Let's go.
Oh man, Zodrey, you are definitely you're awesome, and I'm so happy that things happened the way they did, and I found you. I don't know why your name was in that feed, and I clicked add, but everything happens for a reason. So thank you so much for being here today. You guys, you want to follow him? Check out his live videos. He always dropping some golden nuggets that'll make you feel guilty about your life. But it's good stuff, right? It's not bad stuff. It's good stuff. So thank you so much. You can hear this episode on March the 8th, but you can watch the replay as much as you want. So make sure you share it and help somebody you know that you're going to credit repair, because we all know it's universal. Credit repair, every person needs at some point in their life. So make sure y'all check out Zodrey. He is on Facebook, YouTube. Go watch his video. Your YouTube name is Zodrey Pickens too?
Yeah, I'm the same person. It's gonna be Zodrey, you know.
Go watch his YouTube video. It was incredibly inspirational, and the taping was like first class. It was professional. So with that being said, have a great rest of your day. Zodrey, thank you for being here, and I cannot wait to collab in the future and see what happens from here. Have a great day, guys.
See you later.
Bye.